Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a really kind of somewhat conflicting statement kind of coming out over here. Now, as you guys have maybe been seeing throughout these past maybe around like a few months or so, and especially this last week, we actually have been putting a lot more extra pressure on Project Spartacus, which was essentially the code name for the upcoming PlayStation Plus changes. Although, a lot of the stuff actually I think came out today. There was a really big official blog post when it came to PlayStation, and they kind of went through some different features, different changes, and overall, I do feel like the kind of big community feedback is more on the big meh side. If you guys did go and check your emails too as well, there's brand new PlayStation emails, which I'll show you guys, as well as all the brand new information, price points, and everything else. And they did also go and state that they will be adding more as time goes on, and this is basically an early look on the new PlayStation Plus services, and they're going to give you guys more information as time goes on. So you guys know a lot of the leaks that we did see kind of could somewhat be still applied to this, although everything that they kind of showed and mentioned is a little bit more on the weirder side. So I'm going to give you guys all the details, all the information, all the brand new stuff when it comes to all this. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And sign up for Weeble, sign up for Coinbase, and the Twitter giveaway down below. And as well, be on the lookout for the Amazon stuff. We're going to touch on that probably in the next video. So, yeah. This is kind of weird. I went through this and kind of looked into it, and I almost want to have like a little bit of time for the kind of the community to kind of somewhat react to it, because there's been some pretty funny comments in all honesty. But there is a brand new PlayStation Plus that officially launches, and we now have the official release date. This will be in regards to June, so we still have a few months away, and as well kind of gives a little bit of time to kind of wait for more information, have more leaks, have more stuff, kind of slowly come on out. So for this, let's go talk about the PlayStation blog, because this will actually go and be a pretty decent amount of changes when it comes to PlayStation Plus. Some of it we already knew, some of it's kind of new, and some of it's kind of worded somewhat strangely. So let's go and talk about it. So for this, I'm kind of sad they didn't go and stick with the Project Spartacus name, but sometimes they just do that for like a code name for it's like PS Plus changes, and you have a different code name, so it's hard to leak and find. We've kind of sometimes seen the two as well when it comes to Xboxes, where say the Xbox Series X and S have a different name inside their internal systems, and then they release with a different name. So they might just be sticking to PlayStation Plus branding, although they did mention they want to mention more stuff as time goes on. So the all-new PlayStation Plus launches in June with 700 plus games and more value than ever. PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now come together. Players can choose from 3 flexible options. And once again, they did mention they might want to do more. So since launching the PlayStation Plus in 2010, Sony Interactive Entertainment has been at the forefront of innovation with game subscription services. I don't know about that, because Game Pass has been pretty solid. We were thrilled to be the first console membership service that included a refreshed library of games through PlayStation Plus, and also launched the first console game streaming service with PlayStation Now. Today, we are pleased to share with you official news about changes coming to our subscription service. And just keep you guys in mind, this also does affect people when it comes to their extra, like other charges and prices and all that stuff. This June, we're bringing together PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. We've known about that for a while, and essentially would kind of make sense, although there is, I think, a few different tier systems where PlayStation Now still does play in effect. And an all-new PlayStation Plus subscription service that provides more choice to customers across 3 membership tiers globally. Our focus is on providing high-quality, curated content with a diverse portfolio of games. Below is the overview of the 3 membership tiers. So this is the essential one. It's kind of like the bronze one that we saw before for this. And also, some of the price points are actually different than we were expecting. They could always go change as time goes on. We did see some leaks as well, so I guess we'll have to see how it kind of plays on out in the future. This provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, and online multiplayer access, and there's no charges for existing PlayStation Plus members on the tier. So I think this kind of just continues. If you guys have your same exact thing, I think it kind of keeps on a roll with that. I also want to say, I think maybe they mentioned before too that if you're currently subscribed, I think you might automatically get the highest tier for a little bit. We'll have to kind of see how it evolves up. I think you may have mentioned that. We'll mention that in a second. But yeah, this was actually different. I think the original leaks we were seeing was just a really bare bones minimum with no downloadable games on the initial early leaks. That could have also been fake too, as well, as I mentioned in that video, where it's like $9.99 for 3 months, which I probably would have been more down to pay for that. for that instead. Because this is just basically like, hey, you get the downloadable games. I'll be honest, I'd rather just not have the downloadable games or discounts. I don't really mind too much. Online access, I'm okay with that too as well. So it's just like curious price points in case you guys are curious. This is still the basic bare bones for this. So you can see PlayStation Plus Essential remains the same as the current price. So then here's PlayStation Plus Extra. So it provides all the benefits of the Essential tier, which all the stuff above, and then adds a catalog of 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play. So this is actually for $15 a month, so $100 a year. Now, I think kind of my thing, it will probably depend on the games. Like, it'd be kind of nice to have like the whole entire catalog, and they might actually have that in the near future possibly, but you kind of want to know which games are in there. This actually might be a nice feature for maybe someone who just got their PS5 or just, moved to PS4 to PS5, and they maybe have a few cool games on there that are just maybe just cheaper to say. So maybe you just go and use this for a year, you go through the big backlog of games, and you basically save a lot of money because you don't have to spend the $60, $70 or so when it comes to, well, everything else. So, I mean, it's not the world's worst, although for someone like me, I will just usually buy my first-party games day one, and then we kind of go from there. You guys can maybe leave your thoughts and comments down below on what you guys plan on doing or what you guys are doing, just because I'm kind of curious to see, because I think a lot of the people are somewhat disappointed on this news as well. And then also here's PlayStation Plus Premium. This provides all the benefits of everything we mentioned before, so it's like the online, the cloud servers, the free games, and the 400 games over here. I think some people had some difficulties on this one, which was kind of worded, but basically this has all the previous tiers, and then adds an extra 340 additional games. So it's not just 340, like you're not losing games, you're actually getting just an additional more games, which is, I'm kind of curious to see like what the repertoire would be. They did also mention that PS3 games will be available via cloud streaming, so I think PS Now, etc., and then a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. So it does kind of seem like maybe like the previous one's more focused on the PS4, PS5 games, maybe some indies, maybe some like maybe slightly older games, because they don't usually like to give newer games out there, because obviously they're making money on the games themselves. So maybe there's the additional games are more so just on the old school, like PS3, and old school like PS2 games on top of that, which I'm kind of cool with, but at the same time, it's weird that you have to have that underneath the subscription plan, in my opinion, mainly because I'd rather just have a chance to just like locally buy it myself or go from there. This also offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games, which is why it's weird that the PS3 was such a weird internal system. Offered in the extra and premium tiers and markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. So if you guys do not have current access to PlayStation Now, so say maybe you're in a country or region that doesn't allow it, then you just can't go utilize it, which stinks. Also, customers can stream games using the PS4 and PS5 consoles, and also you see the PC over there, which is intriguing, although they had a footnote later on. They also will be including the time-loaded game trials, which we kept on mentioning for the Spartacus 2 as well, which will also be offered at this tier, so they can select games to try. And this is another big thing I want to focus on, because if the game trials are long enough, like say it's like a 5, 10, 15-hour long trial, I'd be more inclined to want to maybe get it, mainly because for me, I could like check out games I'd maybe want to see, and maybe spend the extra $7 for the month and go from there. Although it does seem kind of weird because this is pretty much what we were seeing in the previous leaks for Spartacus and all that other stuff, although slightly different price points, and in all honesty, I think the Spartacus actually seemed a little bit nicer, at least from everything we had a chance to see. PlayStation Plus Deluxe in select markets, then basically those are markets without cloud streaming. PlayStation Plus Deluxe will be offered at a lower price compared to Premium, and includes a catalog of beloved classic games from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations to download and play, along with time-limited game trials. So like, they're still getting extra stuff too if you're in a region that does not have access to the PS Now and other various things, but as you guys can probably tell from this, it's just not as good, and it is a little bit on the sketchier side. The new extra and premium tiers represent a major evolution for PlayStation Plus. With all these tiers, our key focus is to ensure that hundreds of games we offer will include the best quality of content that sets us apart. At launch, we plan to include titles such as Death Stranding, good. God of War, old one, probably, good. Marvel Spider-Man, good. Miles Morales, good. Mortal Kombat 11, good. And Returnal. So, like, at the end of the day, if you have not gotten your PlayStation 5 yet, and you still want to have a chance to go check out these games, like, that's not a bad starting list. Although, once again, I feel like people would probably just want to use it for, like, 6 months, go through all the games and beat them on a few weekends, and then maybe go back down to the basic one, and they kind of get, and they kind of catch up. Like, I think it's a good catch-up system. It's good for people who just, like, have had issues getting their PS5s, although I do kind of feel like the paywall and the value just isn't really that good, especially if you kind of can compare it to Game Pass. Like, I'm not against it because you still have the options. You can always go be back to the main baseline, worst case, but like it kind of does seem kind of weird. We're working closely with our imaginative developers from PlayStation Studios and third-party partners to include some of the best gaming experiences available with a library that will be regularly refreshed. More details to come on the games we'll have on our new PlayStation Plus service. So once again, this is launching in June, so at least we have a little bit of time to see. I kind of want to see the full game list first and foremost, so we'll keep you guys in the loop for that. When the new PlayStation Plus service launches, PlayStation Now will now transition to the new PlayStation Plus offering and will no longer be available as a standalone service. PlayStation Now customers will migrate over to the PlayStation Plus Premium with no increase to their current subscription fees. As this is a massive launch effort, we're rolling out the new PlayStation Plus offerings in a phased regional approach. In the June timeframe, we'll begin the initial launch in several markets in Asia, then followed by North America, Europe, and then the rest of the world, where PlayStation Plus is offered. We aim to have the most PlayStation Network territories live with our new PlayStation Plus game subscription service by the end of the first half of 2022. We also plan to expand our cloud streaming benefit to additional markets, and we'll provide more details at a later date. So a lot of interesting stuff. One big thing to kind of note as it winds down, we're providing an early look at our new PlayStation Plus subscription service today, and they will be having more information, so changes are still up in the air, price points, maybe an additional tier, and other various things that may have not been yet to be released or offered are still on the table. So give me kind of your initial thoughts and comments down below, and also check your emails in case you guys do want to go and see, because they have had a chance to go adjust up some of this stuff. So keep that in mind, and kind of give me your initial thoughts and feedback on the blog post itself. I'm a little bit on the iffy side. We may talk about a little bit more throughout the next few days because it is a big change, although it's kind of just going through the motions, I guess. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and sign up for that Weeble, sign up for that Coinbase and the Twitter giveaway as well. And I'll see you guys later on throughout today for a bunch more videos. Love you guys.